Woman's deviousness knows no bounds. First, she purchases this lovely establishment right out from under me, and now she sachets into town and sells it to those unfortunate scoundrels at the first whiff of filthy lucre.
Well, this is a fine deal, Mrs. Brown.
We can still drink here, right?
Hello, boys.
Mary?
Ezra, may I speak to you for a moment?
Of course.
I just got this wire from a certain Preston Wingo. He owns the Cattle Baron Hotel over in Snowville. It concerns your mother.
Oh, Mother, are you familiar with a gentleman by the name of Preston Wingo?
I know a fat little weasel called Preston Wingo. What about him?
Well, this Wingo has slandered you. Mary just received a telegraph claiming that you absconded with a pair of diamond cufflinks. He's demanding you be jailed until he arrives.
Jailed? I'm no thief.
Yes, of course not, but unfortunately the burden of proof is on you. Now, I would suggest that Mary search your bag just so you might acquit yourself of these ridiculous charges.
Sorry, Mom.
This is so tiresome. My own son.
Looks like Mr. Wingo was wrong. Satisfied?
That satchel has a false lid. Go on, look.
Somebody put those there. I am innocent.
Well, I am afraid we are left no choice. J.D., will you assist me in escorting Mrs. Standish to the jail?
That's right. She's your mother.
Now, you'll have to forgive the appearance, but the maid quit.
How sharp as a serpent's tooth it is to have a thankless child.
I'm cruel only that I may be kind, Mother. After all, you should know better than to steal. You know, perhaps some time spent behind bars will be instructional.
Preston Wingo put those cufflinks in my bag. He's blackmailing me.
Now, why on earth would he want to do that?
It's none of your business.
Come on. Judge wants us to ride.
Well, sleep tight. Don't let the, you know the rest. What appears to be the trouble?
This boy just brought us a message from Judge Travis. He's over in Eagle Bend trying to colored man for murder.
I guess you're a little too head up for a fair trial. Judge wants us to bring the prisoner back.
All of us?
Yep.
Must be somebody famous.
Name's, Obadiah Jackson.
Chris, let me see that.
What's wrong, Nathan? Somebody you know?
It's my fault. How much further to Eagle Bend?
Town's just over that rise.
take a look before we ride in.
Can't do this, Sheriff. No disrespect, Judge, but this is my town.
Looks like a hanging party.
Let me see.
To the right of the water tower.
That's my father.
Now, hold on, Nathan. Since riding into a lynch mob without a plan. Let's do this together.
Enough of this. We don't need a damn trial. Let's go, boys. Somebody grab some rope and tie him in hand. Man deserves a trial. After the war, I'm a free man. Yeah, you're free as sweat. Get a rope. Tie him his hand.
Did my best to stop, Judge Tramps.
Now I can see that, Lightfoot. Let's go, boys. Let's have him straight up. Let's go. Bring on his mule. Come on, get him up there. Come on. Get up there. It's the last ride here, boy. That's it. Last ride. You get to go see your Lord. All right, get her up. Coming over there. Get up there. All right. Maybe you'd like to apologize for calling that white Glad to see you, boys. I know who you seven sons of bitches are. You're not gonna get away with it.
Right this way, gentlemen. So I think I brought everything you asked for.
Oh, thank you, Mary.
I just hope it's not too terrible for you in here.
Don't fret, honey. Wherever I go, it's home sweet home to me. Just put that over in the corner, Triple Plum.
Give it a beat down. Thanks. Maud, why would that man put his cufflinks in your back?
Old men are such desperate creatures. When they don't get what they want, they do foolish things. Ain't that the truth?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you, too. I went looking for you after the war. Daddy, where'd you go?
Oh, it don't matter now.
What were you doing in that town?
Coming to find you.
You want to fill us in, Judge? Well, a white man was found and beaten to death. He had an altercation with Mr. Jackson in front of witnesses. After they found the body, they stopped Mr. Jackson when he was riding out of town. When When I realized how angry they were, I decided to move the trial. That's why I sent for you. And they decided to lynch my defendant.
Daddy, let's ride. Let's get the hell out of here. We can go to Mexico.
No, son, you can't do that. He's a territorial prisoner waiting for trial.
I'm sorry, I can't let my father hang for something he didn't do.
I promise you a fair trial.
You know, with all due respect, Judge, how many Negroes gonna be on that jury?
That's enough, Nathan. Ain't nothing more important to me than being a free man. And there's one thing every free man gets in America, and that's his day in court. I want mine.
Come on, Daddy.
Afternoon, gentlemen. I'm James Lightfoot.
Where the blazes you come from?
Judge Travis, I know you have a low opinion of me, but the truth of the matter is, nobody but your professional shooters here could have stopped Sheriff Staines today.
Every man in this territory has a right to a fair trial.
I couldn't agree more, Your Honor, which is why I have been retained by the good people of Eagle Bend to prosecute this crime.
Hell you will.
Crime was committed in Eagle Bend, Your Honor.
That's their right.
Now, a sizable contingent of citizens from Eagle Bend will be here to attend the trial. My strong advice, sir, would be to appoint some of them to the jury. It would be not only prudent, but fair.
Fair? They was gonna hang that man without a trial.
All right, Lightfoot. You're appointed prosecutor. Tell Sheriff Staines I'll pick some people for the jury from Eagle Bend. It's unorthodox, but I want this trial to be fair for everyone.
You can also tell the sheriff we're on the job here. He'll understand.
That he will, gentlemen. That he will. Good day.
Can I have a cell like that?
Man,
Ethan?
Man?
yeah, I'll get you some blankets. Make it real comfortable for you. Daddy? Daddy, you all right?
Fine. I'm fine. Look at you. Grown in a fine man. After I knew you made it north, I used to dream about you. Living as a free man.
No, Daddy, you didn't have to stay. You could have come with me.
I would have slowed you down.
You, you want some supper?
After a while.
All right.
How's he holding up?
Same as he always was. They want to lock him up. He said, yes, sir, lock me up. They want to put him on trial and let everybody laugh at him. He said, yes, sir, put me on trial. Probably help tie the noose if they ask him to.
He's your father. What's the matter with you?
When I was about 7 years old, our owners decided to sell him and us kids away from my mother. Put us on a wagon and we ended up going to Alabama. She stayed behind in Georgia. And after a while, he had told me that she died. Now, I was just a little boy at the time, but all that time I waited for him to find a way to keep our mother with us, or us with her. But he never said one word. He didn't do anything. He didn't argue. He didn't even beg. He didn't put up one damn ounce of fight to keep our family together. He should have done something.
What are you doing with all that string?
Keeping my mind busy. What's the white lady doing in jail?
My own son locked me up.
Sometimes they don't rightly appreciate what you do for them.
Truer words were never spoken.
Well, My. You know, it's a touch Baroque, but I like what you've done with the place.
What do you want?
Perhaps I could be persuaded to act as your advocate.
You. You're the one who had me locked up.
I don't find your story compellingly truthful.
Well, I don't care what you think. I know I am innocent.
All right, suit yourself. Holler if you change your mind.
The judge says one of us needs to represent my father. I don't think it should be me. Chris?
What? Oh, hell, Nathan. You know Chris don't say more than 3 words in a day.
My apologies, Nathan, but I have legal issues of my own to deal with.
It's all right, Ezra. I wasn't really thinking about asking you.
What you need is an honest, well-spoken, handsome man for this job.
Fine, I'll do it.
Nobody's gonna listen to a youngster like you.
Oh, Buck, you see a pretty girl in that courtroom, you're gonna be...
I was thinking about Ben.
I get too nervous in front of a crowd. What about Josiah? He studied Cherokee law. Should count for something. And he's got a suit.
Josiah, would you do this for me?
Nathan, I'd be honored.
What in the hell kind of sissy rig is that?
Well, evening, boys. Mrs. Standish in there, I hope.
You must be Mr. Wingo.
Ah, my reputation has preceded me. Happy to hear that. Oh, Maudie. Oh, Maudie, light of my life.
You skunk.
You're a beautiful woman, Maudie. And even more beautiful when there's fire in your eyes.
You put those cufflinks in my bag, didn't you? Admit it.
Say the word, Maudie, and I'll set you free.
Never.
When as in silk my Maudie goes.
Don't try to sweet-talk
then
me.
methinks how sweetly flows.
You tell these people I didn't take your cufflinks and get me out of here.
Liquid of her clothes. Then when I cast my eyes and
Quit
see
it! I hate that poem.
Vibration each way.
Ezra, make him leave.
Oh, no, this is beautiful.
Literally.
God, I can't bear it.
Maudie, I've substituted your lovely name for Julia's. I don't think Robert Herrick would have minded.
Get out.
If I can't have you, Maudie, then the jailer can. Hot-blooded, passionate. What a woman. Maudie.
Oh, my. I don't know how you managed to resist such a display of ardor.
Well, bear witness, we'll be on the jury. Mr. Lightfoot here is going to look after our interest here at Eagle Bend.
Now, you good people have entrusted me with this case, and so I guarantee to you right now that this man will be convicted. Or you get your money back.
All right, let's ride.
Your name? Obadiah. Obadiah was a prophet of God. He predicted the downfall of the Edomites. The Edomites were an arrogant people. They thought they were better than everybody else. They tried to destroy Obadiah's people, but...
It didn't work. Obadiah's people rose up. Justice was served.
Anything you want to tell me before we go to trial?
No, sir. This Obadiah Just wants his day in court.
You tell a story like that, Josiah, you do just fine.
Josiah. So, you have any biblical parables on hand for unrepentant grifters?
Nope.
Someone here to see you, Mother?
Mrs. Standish, I presume I'm Judge Travis.
My goodness. You're even more impressive than your reputation.
Yeah? Well, my daughter-in-law believes that Mr. Wingo's charges may be false. I want to know why Mr. Wingo would cause his property to be discovered on you.
Well?
What will happen to me if I'm found guilty?
Are you saying the charges are true?
Definitely not.
Madam, get yourself in hand. Mr. Jackson is going on trial for murder. I don't have any time for horseplay. Mr. Wingo is adamant that you stole his property, and you are equally adamant that you did not. I want to know the truth, and I want to know it quickly.
Ezra, are you acting as my attorney or not?
Not so long as you leave me in the dark.
All right, Ezra, you take care of this. I got a trial to convene. Good day.
My, Judge. You are the handsomest man I've ever met. Hasn't anybody ever told you that?
Well, you're the first prisoner.
Excuse me. Why are you protecting that darky?
You ever heard of something called a fair trial?
My family pulled up roots in Pennsylvania. We spent every dime we had on a plantation in South Carolina. My father, my brothers died in the war. I come back home to find scalawags and the free Negroes had stole my land. Where's my fair trial?
Sheriff Staines? I don't give a damn about your past. You're in our town now.
I heard you're fast.
I heard that too.
All right, ma'am, I brought Mr. Wingo, and we're all going to sit down and work this out.
My dead body.
That can be arranged. Come along.
Oh, good day, beautiful Maudie.
You corpulent cockroach.
That's enough. Now, you claim Mr. Wingo put those cufflinks in your bag, true?
He put them there so I'd agree to marry him.
Blackmail, Mr. Wingo?
No. She stole them. I just said that if she'd marry me, I'd agree to forget the whole thing.
Preston, I don't want to marry you.
Why, Maudie? You know I love you.
Because I've been married 5 times. I just don't want to do it again. I don't like being tied down, treated like a servant.
I would never treat you that way, Maudie. Never, ever.
Would you be willing to put that in writing?
If it meant Maudie would marry me, yes, I would.
What's this?
Judge doesn't allow any firearms in court.
Well, if you're gonna wear them, I'm gonna wear them.
The United States Territorial Circuit Court is now in session. In the matter of the People versus Obadiah Jackson, how does the defendant believe?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Mr. Lightfoot, you may make your opening statement.
Your Honor, gentlemen of the jury, today you will judge a murder so depraved that all men of conscience must cry out for justice. The people will prove that one Obadiah Jackson, a Negro, not of these parts, did with malice aforethought beat unto the death a beloved citizen of Eagle Bend, Mr. Jonah Catchings. Gentlemen, such a crime must be punished to the limits of our laws, which in this case compel us to demand a life for a life.
Mrs. Sanchez, do you have an opening statement?
A great Cherokee shaman once said to me, to cross a mountain, you must first walk up to it. I think that explains what we are all doing here today.
Come on, Josiah, get good.
Old Jonah dragged him off his horse and throwed him down. Then the Negro followed him down the street. That's when he killed him.
So you actually saw him do it?
No, sir.
I come around the corner by the feedlot, and there was Jonah. His face was smushed in, and there was blood all over. He was deader than a hammer.
Did you see the murder take place?
I'd have said so, wouldn't I?
That's when I seen that fella there galloping out of town. I drawed down on him and I told him to halt. There was blood on his hands. I didn't see it happen neither. Sit down.
Gentlemen of the jury, consider the facts here. Strange man, covered in blood, racing away from the scene of the crime. Now, I don't know about you, but I sure don't need no eyewitness to make sense of this. Obadiah Jackson is a murderer!
Yes. Save it, Lightfoot.
People rest.
I'd like to thank you, Mr. Judge, for giving me my day in court. I'd like to thank my son's friend, Josiah, for standing up here representing me for all you good people here. I'll tell you the truth now. I followed Mr. Ketchins behind the feedlot just like they said. And then beat him to death with my bare hands.
Freely admit you killed this man.
Yes, sir. But this is my day in court, and I aim to finish. I want to tell how I came to know Mr. Ketchins, the man I killed. I want to tell this so my son will know. Mr. Ketchins was the overseer on the cotton plantation in Georgia, where I slaved with my wife and children 19 years ago. I don't need to say how bad life was to a slave. We worked from sun up to dark. We got whipped. We got sold. We ain't had no hope. But this is what I need my son to know about what I did. When our little boy was 7 years old, his mama was forced into carnal relations with Mr. Ketchins. What Mr. Ketchins told her was that if she didn't, he'd sell the boy away from us. 7 years old. He'd sell him away from his mom and daddy. My wife couldn't bear the thought of that. So she went to his bed. When she found out she was in a family way, she was so afraid it would be that man's baby. She lost her mind, walked in a river, drowned herself. I would have killed Mr. Ketchins then. But me and the children was loaded on a wagon in chains that same day, sold to Alabama. It took a lot of spirit out of me. And I hope my son understands why not. So you see, when I had the chance to kill that man, all these years later, I had to do it. I reckon I'll find out soon enough if God hold me to judgment. But I'm glad I did it.
I have to say, this is, well, it's a little unusual. What shall I call this document?
A pre-matrimonial stipulation agreement binding to both parties.
All right. Where do we start?
First, and most important, she must be available on demand to the marriage bed.
Except when I'd rather not.
Agreed.
And he will, of course, have accounts set up in my name at all the stores and salons in town.
Of course, because she has to do all the cooking and shopping for the house.
Only if you want to starve to death. You'll want a chef and a maid. Trust me.
Fine.
And he must absolutely stop spouting that maudlin poetry at all hours.
Only if she agrees to wear her wedding ring when she's out in the public eye.
I'll pick out the ring. Agreed.
Is that it, then?
Can't think of anything else?
Not now.
So then you both agree that the wedding will be tomorrow and that all charges will be dropped upon the return of Mr. Wingo's cufflinks.
Agreed.
I think we've made some sort of frontier history today.
Until tomorrow, beautiful Maudie, ma belle dame sans merci.
Until tomorrow, Preston.
Well, Mother, you're a free woman. Go and sin no more.
Ezra, you haven't done much to gladden my heart in your life. I'm proud to be your mother. Thank you, Mary.
Daddy, all those years, why didn't you ever tell me?
I tried to, son, but I couldn't. You had enough troubles without carrying this burden in your heart. No. That make me sound too damn noble. Truth be told, I just didn't have the courage. And I didn't want you to think bad of your mom. She was a brave woman.
Yes, sir. He was. And all this time, I thought bad of you. You got consumption, don't you?
That's why I come looking for you.
Mr. Jackson has confessed his guilt in open court. The jury is dismissed. Keep your seat. Down.
The people of Eagle Bend demand to be heard, Your Honor.
I'd speak your piece, Mr. Lightfoot.
What concerns me here, Your Honor, and should concern all of you, is the following. If we allow one former slave to get away with killing his former overseer, do not all former slaves have the right to kill their former overseers? And what's next? They kill their former owners. Pretty soon they'd be killing all us white folk. We need to send a message here. A message that says that no man has the right nor the excuse to take the life of another human being. Thank you.
Mr. Sanchez, do you have anything to say?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. Just for a moment, I would like you to try on Obadiah's boots. Man walks into your house, takes your wife, and he rapes her. And you're powerless to stop it. He rapes your wife. And then he threatens to take your 7-year-old child away from you. And you are powerless to stop it. Imagine what that must be like, having to stand there and watch this grievous harm be done to your loved ones. And you're powerless to stop it. I would kill that man. You would kill that man. But Obadiah Jackson could not kill that man. Not until 20 years later, when Obadiah Jackson saw Jonah Catchings again and remembered all that he had suffered at his vicious hand and once again felt the sting of Mr. Catchings' abuse. Can any of you declare that you would have acted any differently? I believe the answer is no. If ever any man deserved to die, Jonah Catchings was that man. For all that he imposed on Obadiah and his family, doubtlessly on many, many others. And just as surely, I believe Obadiah Jackson deserves to live. I believe that as strongly as I believe in God's eternal love. When you pass judgment on this man, Your Honor, on this decent, long-suffering man who has endured endless years of deprivation and finally has a chance to live out his last days as a free man, I beg you, search your heart and do what is right and just. Let Obadiah Jackson live.
Josiah, you silver-tongued devil.
This court is in recess until there is order.
If ever there was a justifiable killing, this is it.
Still murder.
Catchings caused the death of Obadiah's wife. The law allows you to defend your family.
20 years later, the law doesn't allow for that.
You can't hang him. He doesn't have long to live.
What?
He's got consumption. Nathan told me he doesn't have much time.
Court is now in session. Quiet down. Quiet. I feel great sympathy for this man. However, I'm one of the bearers of the law to this territory, so I have no choice. Obadiah Jackson, you're guilty of murder by your own admission. You're hereby sentenced to hang for your crime. As I see him in no immediate threat to the community, the execution will be carried out at a time in the future when I deem it necessary. At present, the defendant will remain under house arrest in the custody of Mr. Chris Larrabee, a duly sworn officer of the court. This court is adjourned.
Nathan, get your father out of sight. All right, listen up. I don't care what the judge says. You can't murder a citizen of Eagle Bend and get away with it. Yeah, right. All right, so by God, if they won't hang him, we'll do it for them.
You heard the judge. Go home.
Stole my bullet.
Not careful, mister. We'll send them back.
Uh-huh. Sure is easy to look tough when you have loaded weapons. We don't. I guess you men wouldn't be interested in a fair fight, would you?
Well, I think we can manage a fair fight. What do you say, boys?
Oh, I love a fair fight.
Leave my boy alone. Sheriff, I could kill you right now. But truth be told, I don't want to. You want to kill me, but I ain't gonna kill you. 'Cause it ain't right. You know that. And I know that.
Justice has been done here today. Now go home.
Come on, get out of here. Get on your horses.
Woo! There you go.
Thanks.
What's this? Boy, a skunk?
Some herbs. They'll help with the cough. I'm proud of you, Daddy.
You've made me proud too, son. Grown into a fine man, yes. I'm glad I got to see it. Here, I made this for yours.
It's a bridle. It's beautiful.
I came all this way. I want to bring my son a present.
You already did. You already did.
Hell? Where do you think you're going?
You didn't think for a moment I was gonna marry that dreadful man, did you?
You signed a contract.
Yes. And he dropped the charges. I'm free as a bird.
What am I supposed to do?
What you've always done, sweet boy. Just what your mother tells you. I was gonna mail it. Yeah! Yeah!
Well, I have a message for you from the bride. It seems to be a poem, with apologies to Robert Herrick. Gather ye rosebuds while ye may, old time is still a-flying. And this same flower that smiles today will never have to set eyes on you again, you bloated wood tick. P.S. Thank you for the lovely carriage.
What a woman.